I don't blame Mick. If I went to Japan's past, I would be curious about ninjas too. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Legends of Tomorrow, Season 2, Episode 3, Shogun. And so we have the Legends going to a new time zone like they usually do, and where do they land? They happen to land in Japan, I guess the 17 or 1800s. So apparently, according to Nate, it was 200 years before America was even discovered. So maybe 1600s. I don't remember now. I don't know my history too well, but I do know that the heroes, find out in this episode that Nate has a power after what happened last time, and Ray injected Nate with a serum to help him, hoping to see what would happen, and he turns all into steel, kind of like Colossus from the X-Men. Or there was a character actually in The Flash whose name I'm forgetting right now, who had that same exact ability too. And obviously he comes up with the name Citizen Steel, which is his superhero name, I learned. And I really liked seeing Nate go through this process and having him interact with this woman in Japan that, he kind of forms a little bond with. And there is a point in the episode where he doesn't, know how to deal with these powers, and Ray is trying to teach him, but clearly Ray isn't the best teacher. But for what it's worth, Nate eventually does learn to control these powers and uses it to help with the final fight. Unfortunately, the fight brings an end to Ray's Atom suit. Now, hopefully Ray will have a spare suit, or maybe he'll make a new one from scratch, who knows. Is Ray going to have the suit in the next episode? I have no idea what they're going to do with Ray now, because now he's kind of useless, right? So they're going to have to build a new one. That's what I'm guessing, so that's something I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I kind of didn't like the idea, though, that the samurai guy, the guy in charge, was the one that stole Ray's suit and put it on and used it against them. I mean, it was okay. I didn't mind it. But I felt like it's something that we've been through before. Specifically in Season 1, early Season 1, Ray's suit was taken away from him. Vixen is now a regular member of the team, it looks like, or at least for now. She escaped from the JSA when our man was killed, Rex Tyler. And so she suspects that Mick is the one that possibly did this, but Sarah tries to convince her that it's not Mick. And I like that as we go through the episode, we see Mick arguing with Vixen. They have this back and forth banter throughout the episode, and by the end of the episode, Vixen, this new Vixen, sees what kind of a character that Mick is, that he's not all that bad after all. He just acts like a meathead to kind of hide what he truly is, possibly a real hero underneath. And I like that, because I think by this point in the show, if we know that Mick is a big softie. We've seen it from time to time. We've seen him rescue Ray. We've seen him and his how much he cared about Leonard after Leonard died. So there are moments where we've seen Mick having the soft side. And I liked his little obsession with ninjas, because he knew a whole bunch of ninja movies, and ninjas are always in those Japanese films, or according to him they are. And I like that Vixen was the one who, because he didn't have no proof that ninjas existed, she did, and she gave him the star, so here's your proof. So that could be the start of a little interesting friendship that I'm hoping will be more explored down the road. I think I like where they're going with that friendship. One of the most interesting parts about this episode was the fact that Martin and Jax has discovered this room that was hidden on the ship. And I like the little Lost reference there where Jax says, I've seen enough episodes of Lost where I know that opening a secret hatch is not a good idea. But they open it anyways because Stein, he has to know this stuff. He has to know what's behind this door. And when they go back there, what do they see? They find a council, I guess, that has a message from Barry Allen from the future, from 2056, which I calculated, if we're going to think that Grant Gustin's age is also Barry Allen's, then Barry Allen should be 66 years old from that message. So, what did the message say? They don't elaborate on it. They keep it hidden from the rest of the team, which now has me wondering, okay, they seem pretty startled about whatever they know from this message. If I had to guess, I am going to guess that it's something about obviously it's something about the group's future. But it could also be about Firestorm's future, where maybe Stein and Jax know that they're going to sacrifice themselves eventually one day. I don't know. Speculation. So far, if I had to throw in something, that would be my biggest guess right now. That maybe they know that eventually they're going to die, or someone's going to die. Or maybe all of them are going to die. Who knows? I am really looking forward to seeing what that's all about. It's a really nice setup, probably the biggest setup of this season, and we know the Reverse Flash is out there. They haven't found that out yet, but they do know that there is a time traveler somewhere going around that killed Rex. So hopefully a lot of this is going to be resolved. I'm hearing next week's episode is supposed to reveal to the legends that there is a speedster that's the time traveler. So we'll see how that is introduced to them. I don't know how, but I read a synopsis for episode 5. Next week is episode 4, and episode 5 happened to mention that. Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys, if you didn't want to know that. And I'm going to end it here, guys. I really thought this episode was good. Legends is doing good for me, so I'm enjoying it. Not the strongest of the 4 CW/DC shows. Clearly, I think Arrow and Flash and Supergirl are the best ones right now. But Legends had a really good episode last week. Last week, I was hoping that we'd continue that stuff. But this episode was still good, and I was actually expecting it not to like it. Because I don't know why. Every time I think of Japan's past, whenever people go back in time to the past of Japan, I always think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, and I hate that movie a lot. And I hope for some reason, whenever I see a movie or a show that goes in that era, I always think it's going to be boring and dumb and stuff. But this episode actually turned out to be pleasantly enjoyable. So that was calmed down my relief about the episode. It rose my expectations. So with that being said, like this video, comment below, tell me your thoughts on the episode, theories, whatnot, especially the Barry Allen thing. I want to know what you guys think, what that might be, if you have any theories or speculation. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to end it here. Check out my other videos. I always do reviews of The Flash. I've been doing it since season 1, episode 1, and I will continue to do it all season long, as well as Legends of Tomorrow, which I also did at the beginning of that season, and Arrow, which I have done since season 3. But I also did separate reviews for season 1 and 2, so go check those out. And until next time, take care.